Hi, I'm just making a quick update video because it's been 4 or 5 years since I made my last one, and people have been requesting it. This is my third or fourth attempt at making this video, and I was trying to use the old phone that I had back then because it has a better camera on it that doesn't whitewash me like crazy. But I am actually this pale. I'll get to that in a second, but um, 4 years ago, I think was October, I did my last update, and I'm gonna unprivate all those videos before I post this, so anyone who hasn't seen those can go watch them. But I did my last update in October of 2015, so it's been about 4 years, and about a month after that, I was arrested and evicted from my apartment and dropped out of college. um, so I was arrested for having well, they initially cited me for a pipe, and I was arrested on the misdemeanor of having zero point 0.1 grams of cannabis in my possession. Um, the charges for the misdemeanor were dropped, and all I was left with was the pipe citation. However, since it's been 3 years and I haven't had an arrest since, uh, the um, the charges are all dropped. It doesn't there's nothing on my record anymore, which is good. So I don't have to tell employers that. So I was evicted, spent some time going from trap house to trap house, kind of homeless. Still was kind of on my hormones, kind of not. Was really shaky about all that, and really kind of just went into this big spiraling depression that culminated and into this just like complete apathy and laziness for a long time. And there was a point where I moved in with an individual who would not let me leave because I just needed a fucking place to stay that I felt a little bit more safe in than the place I was staying at, which um, I can't really get into that. Point is, I ended up in this place, and for about 2 weeks, I was unable to leave. I was essentially, he was trying to have a transsexual prostitute. He kept me very high on heroin, crack, and booze. It was mostly heroin and crack, but I, you know, I found I had a good friend who got me out of that situation, and that's all I care to say about that. Yeah, that's all I can really say about that without delving into things that are too hard to talk about on the internet to complete strangers. So after that, I ended up living with some more straight edge people, but I was very much in PTSD. I had PTSD from things that had just happened, and also like the fact that my life had basically fallen apart in the course of a few months. So I turned to cocaine for to get me out of that depression, and I would ride around with a friend at night, and we would basically just do cocaine for hours and hours, and just barrel down the highway, listening to music and fucking getting high and shit, doing stupid shit like that. And there was a lot of times when I was just in my room snorting like Adderall or something, speed, to kind of I would either be out and I'd be socializing, or I'd totally isolate myself and I'd be doing a lot of drugs. I'm over 3 years clean now. April 29th marks 3 years. And I'm glad that I've been sober that long. But anyway, after I got out of that situation, my hair started falling out. It's still pretty thin, I guess, but like it's thickened way back up in the last year, especially the last 8 months, especially. But anyway, I got out of that situation, started living with a friend in mid 2016, and after that, we just started living together, and she was a good friend. She helped me stay clean and stay sober. Um, and if you're watching this, you know who you are, and fucking love you, dude. But so that happened, and I lived at her place, and what really got me off the cocaine and all of the other hard shit I was on, because I was drinking a lot too, binge drinking to the point of just not giving a shit. Getting off all the hard drugs, I ended up, what got me off that was psychedelics. I started taking a lot of LSD, and I thought, this is okay. This is helping, but it's not exactly what I need. And then I had a very powerful experience with mushrooms. My first time with mushrooms was as a powder, as an extract, and the equivalent dose would have been somewhere between 3/4 of an ounce to an ounce of mushrooms. So I was gone, but it was that experience that, being on another planet entirely, that really started to shape me in better ways. Um, as far as everything else went, I just kind of dropped out of society for a while and just did my own thing, and I just scraped by, living with that friend, paying rent when I could. She was, again, thanks, dude. She kept me, just, you don't have to pay full rent. You can just pay electricity, or you can pay, this much a month. And just so I had a place to stay. And I moved in and out a couple times, just like thinking I was going to end up in different situations permanently. And so, and I always ended up moving back to her place. And the summer, well, not just the summer, the end of winter, all through summer, and then late into the fall, and then the winter of 2017, I just did mushrooms constantly. I was just tripping all the time, and of course, I was making money to stay where I was. I was just sell fucking old clothes and stuff, and you know stuff that you just find at thrift shops, fix it up, sell it. Just trying to stay afloat. Which I did fairly well for that year. It was a really good year. 27, just the summer of 2017 was really good in general. Um, Beyond that, after 2017, 2018 started, and I was still doing some mushrooms and stuff, and I was slowing down on it because I was like, okay, I've gotten enough out of this. I understand what the message is, and I I kind of, just have been internalizing that since. I haven't tripped very much since then. And the other reason is health reasons. In early 2018, I got into a really bad moped accident. And in that accident, I basically buckled my entire shoulder with my arm across my chest. Everything up here is messed up, my neck and everything. And that's been over a year and a half ish now. Um, so I'm still recovering from that. I've been finally able to work out and stuff, and I'm getting back into the swing of who I am because I went into a really deep depression, and there was some other stuff that happened. But long story short, I ended up getting hit by a car, and then I got a mono infection because a friend and I were smoking a whole lot of we were smoking a bunch one night, and just happened to catch mono from them. And I was like, wow, we're in our 20s and mono's still a thing. So, just be careful who you're smoking with. Wipe off the end of a pipe before you hit it, or, whatever you're smoking. Don't share spit. Point being, that's basically where I am now. I moved to a different place. I moved in with my sister in a different city so that I have stability while I get better, so I don't have to be trying to work while also being, in the way that I am. But I've been getting back in the swing of things, and I just wanted to post an update video. I didn't really talk about my transition much in this, so I guess I'll mention, I don't know, I'm just the woman who I feel like I've always been meant to be, and I'm getting back to being physically, back to who I want to be, and that's pretty much it. Shiny. Yeah, as far as transition goes, same effects, larger breasts, softer skin, mood changes. I've increased my dose probably by twice the amount I was on years ago. Transition's been kind of a thing in the back of my mind, not something I really typically think or care about, but that's pretty much it. Without getting into too much detail, because my phone's telling me I have one more minute left. So, I might do a follow-up if there's questions, if people want specifics on certain things, but I figured I'd just throw this out to the universe and unprivate my other videos from years back. And I'm going to keep posting shit that I record on my fucking phone late at night. So anyway, peace. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care. Bye.